Don't you love orgasms? The buildup of sexual energy getting closer and closer to the peak that follows by a wonderful release of sexual tension. Well, orgasms are awesome and probably one of the most pleasurable sensations that you can experience in your life. Therefore, knowing how to have or give bigger orgasms is a very precious gift that you can offer to your sex life. In this video, I will share with you a very powerful technique that can easily amplify the quality of yours and your lover's orgasms. At the end, I will give you 3 tips that will help you to practice this method in a much more effective way. Are you ready? Let's begin. If you haven't seen the last episode on increasing sexual energy, then I highly suggest you to do, because what I share here will be based on the content of that video. Last week, I explained that one of the most important ways to intensify an orgasm is through increasing the depth of sexual energy. And one very effective technique to do so is the push-pull method, or as some may refer to it as the practice of edging. Edging or push-pull method, as the name suggests, is a practice where you push towards having an orgasm and then right before reaching the point of no return, you pull back from actually experiencing the climax. It is as you keep your body on the edge of having orgasm, keeping your body at this state when you know you're close but yet away from peaking would add so much depth into your sexual energy. Keep in mind though that this method needs to be practiced consciously and can be done either through self-pleasure or while making love with your partner. For example, imagine you're stimulating your lover's clitoris, and through either communication or by observing her body language, you realize that she's getting closer and closer to her orgasm, say around 90 on the axis of arousal. Now, instead of carrying on with your touch until she reaches 100 and come, you slow down or completely refrain from further stimulations. Doing so can lower her sexual energy to say 70 and pull her away from her orgasm. However, since her body has reached near the point of no return, the depth of her sexual energy will deepen. Now it is completely up to you how you want to proceed from this point on. You can carry on with your stimulation until she climaxes, or you can continue with the practice of edging, which means to keep her arousal between a range of 70 and 90. The key point here is that you're not allowing her arousal to drop dramatically to say 20, nor to tip over the point of no return. Her body will be in a state of high arousal for a very long time while swinging back and forth from actually releasing all the sexual tension. Think of edging as a very fine art of teasing. Every second she's expecting to climax, but she's not sure when it's actually gonna happen. The anticipation and the playfulness of such practice will take her body into a trance where every cell in her body will begin to crave to climax. The deeper she goes into this state, the more sexual energy will be accumulated in her body, and when eventually she reaches an orgasm, her release will be extraordinary. This practice can also be a great way for men to last longer and have super huge orgasms. However, to practice this method in a much more effective way, there are 3 tips that you must be aware of. 1. Be clear on your intention. It is very easy to get trapped in your ego and use this or any other technique in order to turn sex into a power dynamic. If you ever do edging to show who's in control and to prove your worth, then you're doing it all wrong. You're not keeping your lover's body on the edge to show you're a boss or behave like a prick, but you're doing so because you actually care about her experience and you want to increase the overall pleasure during sex. You know that your lover's pleasure is ultimately yours, so you need to be really aware of your intention while doing anything in a bedroom. Whatever you do while making love should come from your heart, and it needs to be compassionate and selfless. 2. Invite your lover to breathe. To lower your sexual arousal and to avoid reaching the point of no return, you must allow your body to relax. And nothing can relax your body more than taking a few long and deep breaths. For instance, imagine you're giving your lover oral sex. When you slow down or stop stimulating her yoni, in that moment her body is very tense, and you can gently place one hand on her belly or on her chest and tell her to breathe. Say, "Breathe, baby, breathe." Your hand can make her feel safe, and your words can guide her arousal down and relax her body. But don't worry, it's not like that her arousal will drop to zero and she will never ever get to experience orgasm. It will just go down temporary and low enough to avoid reaching the climax. Then you may restart stimulating her again. You can push and pull as many times as you desire until you decide that it is time to serve her a mind-blowing orgasm. 3. Don't overdo it. Sex is not a routine. You cannot do one thing over and over and expect it to be effective all the time. Your love, presence, and respect are the main ingredients, while any technique you learn is just like a spice that can add flavor to your lovemaking. So use these techniques sparingly, not every single time. And when you do use the edging technique, make sure not to tease for too long. Let me say this first though, that every person is different, who has different preferences, but yet you don't really want to go back and forth for say 20 times. I would say 3-4 times max can be a very exciting build-up. You get close, pull back, close again, pull back, close again, pull back, and the next time you go for the release. But again, be playful. Sex is an art and you have to find your own style that works best for you and for your lover. At the same time though, you two may consciously choose to experiment and to see what actually happens if you push and pull for a higher number. At the end of the day, whatever you do needs to serve the whole and to increase the overall pleasure during sex. If you want to learn more about how to touch and stimulate your lover's body, I have created the School of Lovemaking where you can access hours of videos online and learn how to walk further towards becoming a superior lover. Thank you for watching this episode. In the following weeks, I will share many more tips on how to have bigger and more intense orgasms. So make sure to subscribe in order to keep up with your expansion as a lover. Also, if you enjoyed watching this episode, please hit the like button and share. For now, I'm CID from lovemaking.com and have an orgasmic day.